Hello and welcome. My name is Amanda and this is my channel, Her Pacific Northwest Washington Life, and today we are starting out the week 35 reading vlog and I have some updates. So last night I managed to finish both of the books that I was reading. Technically I was reading 3 books last week, so only one carried over. But I first finished the audiobook of Nexus, which is the second book in the Andromeda Saga duology by Sasha Alsberg and Lindsay Cummings. And I gave it a 3-star rating. It just barely made 3-star though. I didn't like the conclusion to the story as much as I liked the first portion, and I didn't even like the first portion all that much. The thing I really enjoyed about it is that it gave me kind of like young adult or new adult Firefly vibes, but this story I just felt was a little back and forth. It had a decent plot, but the execution of it, I don't know if it just didn't work for me or what, but just a 3-star rating for that one, but a very low 3-star. And then I also finished Fire by Kristen Kishore, which was my buddy read with my friend Eric at the channel Break Even Books. I actually need to tell him I finished this because yesterday I was under halfway through the book. I read 220 pages yesterday. I did end up getting the audiobook from my library, and I finished I was listening to it on 2 times speed and also following along on the page so that I could get through this because it's a 461 page book and I was way far behind Eric. So I did get that finished. I need to message him today that that's done. And then I also, my one book to carry over is Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters. I made it to page 84 when I put this one aside so that I could start the buddy read. So really looking forward to jumping back into this. Being a middle grade book, it should be quick. That doesn't necessarily mean anything to me though. And then I also started listening to Emma on audiobook this morning. I'm at chapter 3. And it's fun so far. I can definitely see how some people find the character of Emma a little annoying with her matchmaking and what have you, but really looking forward to getting more into that and seeing what happens. So this is the last full week of the N.E.W.T.s Magical Readathon Year 3. It's also the start of the Roll the Dice Readathon, which is a readathon created by Paige. Her channel name used to be Creating & Co. No, I think it's always been Paige Nicole. But she owns a planner sticker shop, and she also has 2 different Facebook groups. One is all about the planner stickers and just that sort of community for people to chat and share ideas and things like that. And the second one was just a book club, but we have since opened it up to being a like media in books, so that people can talk about TV shows and movies and things like that that they're really interested in watching. I always have the link to the book club down in my description box below. It's a really fun place. We do a week-long readathon every other month, and then some of our off months, like in March. Yeah, it was March. We had a month-long Shop Your Shelves readathon, which was essentially just picking up the books that you already own. So it's a lot of fun. Like I said, we do a week-long readathon every other month. We always have a group read for the readathons, and within that book club you can vote on the group read. But this week's is Roll the Dice, and it's a little different than what the normal readathons we do are. We usually have a readathon with 5 reading challenges. This time there are 12, and the idea is to let a dice or a random number generator, however you need to do it, select the prompt for the books you're going to read. So I'm just going to quickly go through all 12 prompts. 1 is purple cover, 2 is female author, 3 is friend loves, 4 is published in 2020, 5 is non-human characters, 6 is shop your shelves, 7 is graphic novel, 8 is chance of a lifetime. So this is a book where a character essentially does something that they've been really wanting to do, or a book that has a theme in there, like if you've always wanted to go skydiving or go to like Machu Picchu or something, a book that has those elements in it, or the character doing those things. 9 is set in Vegas, and this can be the real Las Vegas in Nevada, or it can be a kind of like a fantasy setting of Las Vegas, that kind of Sin City vibe, and those sorts of things. Like, I haven't read it, but Ace of Shades by Amanda Foody is one of the group reads, and that one is set in a Vegas-like city. Number 10 is a booktube or bookstagram recommendation. 11 is start a series. This is the one I'm going to cheat and either continue a series or finish a series, because I do not need to start any more series. And 12 is contains magic. So I have a magic dice right here. It has 20, it's a 20-sided dice. So obviously anything 13 and above is not going to count for me, but I thought it would be fun right now to roll the first two. I'm hoping to get Emma on this and the Sea of Monsters on this. There's a couple different ones where it could work, both of those books. So we'll see. I was debating because we always are, we always have a readathon in August, which is always the time for the N.E.W.T.s, and it makes it hard to participate in other readathons because I usually end up picking a career pathway for the N.E.W.T.s that is very extensive and doesn't leave a lot of wiggle room. So the two books I'm currently reading are books I need to read for the N.E.W.T.s, and I'm a little nervous. But basically, those books are priority. If I don't get to actually reading my first two rolls until later in the week, then that's what's going to have to happen. I wanted to participate this week. I think it would be fun, though, to maybe do this again next month as well, like for the whole month, since I don't have any obligations. I am participating in the Harry Potter and the Order of the Planners Horcruxathon, but that would be a lot easier to move around. I feel like the prompts aren't quite as strict, I guess. It'd be easier to fit books that I already own into those. And I think there's 7 Horcruxes plus a bonus. So it's not like this month where I'm trying to read 17 books in 31 days. But I'm going to adjust my camera angle. Hopefully I can get it good for you guys so that you can see what the rules land on. Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of a change of plan. I did record the rules right after the last clip, but I'll tell you what I got. I'm not going to include them in here. I'm not going to include that footage. The first roll was a 4, which would have been published in 2020. Then I got a 7, which was a graphic novel. Then I got a 5, which was non-human characters. And then I got 12, which was contains magic. So because I'm focusing on finishing the N.E.W.T.s, and I actually, like, I'm really looking forward to the Roll the Dice Readathon. And the way I work is I like to do things in order. So I could swap out a book for a book published in 2020 for my N.E.W.T.s, but I'm really looking forward to the book I have picked out. 7, I can't fit into my N.E.W.T.s, which is a graphic novel. And then 5, we get to non-human characters, which is the Sea of Monsters. And then the last one contains magic. Emma's not in there, and I don't want to pick a book that's over 450 pages. A different one, because I'm really looking forward to reading Emma. So because I want to do like read these books in order, because that's the point of even rolling the dice and not just picking books to fit prompts, I am making the executive decision that I'm going to participate in everything this week in the Facebook group. If I can. I don't do the whole, I do plan with stickers still. I'm not buying sticker kits though, so I don't have the kit that matches this readathon. So I'm not going to share anything like my planner or things like that, but I will get involved in the things I can. I'm not going to participate in the actual readathon though and do the reading plans. And then in September, because I read about 12 books a month anyway, I am going to do the Roll the Dice Readathon for the whole month of September, because I feel like these are really good beginning of autumn reading prompts. And a lot of these are books that, like, I can pick books that I want to read that I already have planned to read for autumn anyway. So that's going to be my plan, is that once September 1st hits, which will be Tuesday of next week's vlog, I will start rolling the dice and knocking each one off the list through numbers 1 through 12 and read them in whatever order they pop up. I think that'll be a lot of fun. So I'm a little bummed just because I'm not going to be able to participate this week like I wanted to, but I don't want to stress myself out over reading. I read for fun and to escape, so there's absolutely no point in me putting this kind of pressure on myself just to be able to participate in a readathon that's happening this week. And Paige had said, like, you could stretch it a whole month if you want. There's different ways you can do it, by like assigning numbers to your bookshelves and then rolling the dice to get the number for your bookshelf and then rolling the dice to get the book on that bookshelf. I'm just going to stick with these simple 12 prompts, roll my 20-sided magic dice, and then do that for all next month, because I think that'll be a lot of fun. It'll be like a TBR game that I didn't have to create the rules for, which I always think are super fun. I'm just not that creative, and I don't like to leave my reading up to the luck of the draw or the luck of the roll or anything like that. I have been listening to a lot more of Emma, and I think I might be chapter 9. I may not be that far. I don't remember what the last chapter they said was, but Emma is playing matchmaker. She did with her nanny, but not nanny. What are they called? I don't remember. And now she's doing so with her friend Harriet. And she's getting in an argument with this guy about the match that she wants her friend to have versus the match that he wants her friend to have. She's interesting. I feel like I'm not gonna like Emma as a character, but just because she's so like in everybody's business, but I think the story will be fun to read through. Sorry. I haven't read any of the Sea of Monsters yet, but I did just get some sticker mail. I may not be ordering stickers, but I'm ordering washi tape. And I can show you a couple of the items that go along with the Roll the Dice readathon. So I got an order from Bloomskull Paper Co. and from Creating & Co. I'll start with Creating & Co. Paige started last year doing an enamel pin for every readathon, and this is the one for the Roll the Dice readathon. It's got book stacks and 2 different sets of dice, which I thought was cool. I think this was the last one, which was Camp Bookland, so you've got kind of like a camp pin there. And then the one coming up in October is the Read in Peace or the RIP readathon, and she started releasing stuff for that already. So I got that enamel pin. The journaling card I got is the Read in Peace one. She's been doing seasonal bookshelf washi, but she did decide to do one for the Read in Peace readathon. So you've got a 7mm, I think, floating books, and then a 10mm bookshelf that's got all the spooky little Halloween bits and things. Usually she does like a silver pixie hollow foil, but this time I don't think it's foiled. I think it's just black. Yeah, it looks like it's just black, which is kind of cool. I would have liked it to be silver foiled, but that's okay. She threw in this little ghosty freebie for everybody who placed an order. There's also a bookmark that goes along with each readathon. And this one's fun. It's got that decoration on the back. For the Roll the Dice readathon, we've got this one here. And this one is just kind of a tie-dye look to it. And then I got another die cut, which is bats coming out of a book. And then I use, in my planner, these are the stickers I use. So I buy them in the colorway she gets out. For the RIP readathon, this is the started reading, finished reading, and we've got audiobook stickers, ebook stickers, and book stacks. And then I'll show you probably with the audiobooks. This is the colorway for the RIP, the Read in Peace readathon. No, the Roll the Dice readathon. So I'll be using those. And then from Bloomsicle Paper Co., my absolute favorite clip art she has done is this Red Riding Hood clip art. She did this in a hollow foil. This is just the journaling card that comes with it. It's a freebie with picnic baskets and whatnot on the back. And she released this gorgeous washi tape of that art. I feel like my camera's not focusing very well. So you've got the 20 millimeter, 15 millimeter, 20, 15. I don't know what size. I just washed all my washi and I still don't know sizes. That's got the Fashion Girls, the Cabin, and the Wolf. You've also got just floral, and you've got floral with bows. And then I also bought this sidebar sticker. She has a couple different options for the girls, but they're all foiled. I chose the blonde girl, even though I just can't call myself a brunette. I'm like a strawberry blonde, so I always go with the blonde. There's also this freebie little wolf square sticker, and then I got these die cuts. So you've got floral, picnic basket, the wolf husky, and then the cabin. And then I really actually don't like hollow foil. Sorry for the break there. Neighbor was leaving and the dogs went crazy. So I don't actually like hollow foil, but this washi was from the Enchanted Night set, and it's a kind of reverse where the washi tape itself is hollow foiled and then the bats are all black and stuff. But I thought it would be nice to add to the collection for Halloween and stuff. So that's everything I have. I am going to get back to work and get back to listening to Emma while I create more products and put stuff away and go about my day. So I probably won't check in again, but I might tomorrow. Sometimes when I get off work, I turn around and see toys everywhere behind me. It's like Ronan's trying to give me a hint that he wants me to be off work and spend time with him. Is that what you think, Bubs? Are you gonna go do circles now? That's a cool tire. And I hear him drop toys like that too. Whoa, lady with the liquor. What are you doing? Update on, I'm wearing shorts, you have clothes. You're just gonna look at Ronan for a minute. Let me flip you around. Update on little Aoife girl's lip really quickly for anyone who's wondering. It is not getting better, and I feel like just from the 15th to today, it's gotten a lot bigger. So I called the vet this morning to make an appointment to have them reevaluate it because I don't think it's going to go down come October. We took away her slow feeder bowl so she doesn't have like pillars or anything in the way she can smack it on anymore. But she is a mouthy player, and there's no way that I'm going to be able to separate her and Ronan for the next until like October basically. And I've been noticing, well, Skylar and I have been noticing that she's been starting to lick things a lot more often. She never really used to be a licker, like she would lick her paws, but now we're noticing that she's licking the dog beds that she lays on and the couch and chairs and things like that, which we're thinking she's doing it to kind of, because her growth thing is bothering her. So I called the vet. They are booked out for 3 weeks. So we've got an appointment middle of September to take her in and have it looked at. And at that point, we're going to get a quote to see how much it's going to cost to get it removed so that she doesn't have to deal with it anymore. But I think she'll be okay for the next 3 weeks. She's just been, she's over it. And it's an inconvenience, obviously. It's gross to look at. It's not harming her or anything, but we do have to keep her and my brother's dog separate, which kind of sucks because whenever my brother comes over for functions, it's nice for him to be able to bring his dog so that the pup can get his energy out, and he and Aoife really like to play together, so it's kind of sad that he has to be left at home right now, just because there's a high chance of Aoife transferring it to him, and we don't want that because he's a working dog, he's a hunting dog, he's expensive, so gotta keep him healthy. Lady, I was just petting you. Quick reading update. Well, so today's Tuesday. As you might know, Tuesdays are usually my days that I have a violin lesson. I actually just caught a call from my teacher. She had a pretty nasty fall over the weekend, so she's not feeling super great right now. So we are canceling my lesson for today, and we're going to make it up by me going a little earlier for the next couple of lessons. That way we can make up the time. And it's kind of good because I didn't get as much practicing in this week as I wanted. So I am going to do a little bit of studying, get through the module I'm currently in, and then have a bit of a night off. Spend some time with Skylar and read. I am in chapter 20-ish or so of Emma, and I am really enjoying it. I actually messaged Rainey the other day and told her that I thought Emma's dad was ridiculous, and she said that he's insane, but he's like a really funny character, provides a lot of comic relief. And I read about 110 pages in The Sea of Monsters last night, so I have about 70-ish left. Maybe not even that many. You better not jump over the back. So I'm going to finish that tonight and start the Titan's Curse and get a little bit of that read. So dogs are being a bit bothersome. They want me to spend time with them, so I'm going to go do that now. I am officially down to 3 books to finish out my N.E.W.T.s. I finished Percy Jackson and the Olympians, The Sea of Monsters, last night. I'm giving this a low 4-star rating. I was honestly really surprised when I put it through my rating system what it came out as, but I really enjoyed just the adventure the kids went on with this one. I thought that it was a lot of fun. I liked that it was set more in the I guess, world of the gods than it was in our real world. And again, I'm really glad that I read Circe in July because there was a lot of names that I knew from Circe and a lot of gods and titans and monsters and things that showed up in here that I wouldn't have been so fresh in my mind had I not just read a Greek mythology retelling. So I enjoyed this a lot. I think it's a lot of fun. Really looking forward to seeing what the Titan's Curse has in store. There was a pretty good plot twist at the end of this, or I guess a reveal, a thing that happened, so it's making me really excited to jump into the Titan's Curse, which I did get to read part of last night. I only had 78 pages left in Sea of Monsters, so I read about 28 pages in the Titan's Curse last night. I probably could have kept going a little bit, but I didn't want to stay up too late because I knew today would be kind of busy and a big day. But really looking forward to seeing what happens in this one. I've also been listening to Emma some more. I'm the audiobook, I think I'm in chapter 22, but the physical book, it's split up into parts, and when a new part or section shows up, the numbers reset back down to 1, so I might be on like chapter 2 or something like that. I'm finding Emma, I'm listening to it, so I'm finding it really easy to listen to and read. Like the language isn't that difficult, and I don't feel confused in parts with what's being said versus what's being meant. I'm just enjoying it. I think Emma's growing on me a little bit more. She was kind of annoying me towards the beginning, just being a little know-it-all matchmaker. But I'm liking the people we're meeting. I think it's an interesting group of characters, and her dad is still just hilarious. So really enjoying that. So then the Titan's Curse is my last book I need to read for herbology, which is Always Growing. It is a book that's longer than your last one. Sea of Monsters was 276, 279, and then Titan's Curse is 312. So it's just a little bit longer. Perfect. So my last book is going to be The Wicked Deep, and if I keep going at 102 pages a day, I will definitely be able to finish by next Monday. I am 19 pages ahead of schedule right now. I'm not gonna let that boost my ego too much because I know how easy it is if you miss one day of reading, how hard it is to then catch up to that. So things are going very well on the reading front. As far as personal life, I told you yesterday that I called the vet to make an appointment for Aoife, and we weren't able to get in until the middle of September, but I got a call last night that they're able to squeeze us in today at 3 p.m., which is absolutely perfect. So Skylar took my car to work, and as soon as he gets home, we're gonna wrangle up the FIFA girl. He's gonna hold her on the drive just because we obviously then didn't have time to get any like seat covers or protectors or anything to protect the seats from her little nails. So he's gonna go with me to the vet appointment. They're still doing curbside pickup, so when we get there, we'll just call him and let him know. And I'll need to remember to ask some certain questions, like if the virus lays dormant in her, or if like kind of like cold sores, or if not, if she would have to run into another dog or area with it to pick it up again. And then it's not her getting surgery today or anything to get it removed. It's them taking another look at it, assessing it, and giving us a quote of how much it's going to cost to get it removed. I don't know. I've never had a dog get surgery, so I don't know what the cost is going to be. I'm anticipating probably somewhere between $300 and $500. But also expecting that it could be something insane like $1,000 or something. I don't think it'll be that high because I know No, I don't know. I can't remember. My friend's dog had a ACL tear, I think it was, and I want to say it was like $1,500, but I could be way lowballing that. It could have been like 3 to 6. So I don't really know what to expect the price to come back as. Either way, I don't think it's going to go away on its own. I think eventually we're going to have to get it removed just because of where it is and knowing her habits. So it's good that we're getting in now versus 3 weeks from now, because it's only going to get bigger 3 weeks from now, which is going to increase the price. So I'm glad to get it taken care of now. So I'll let you know either later today when we're done with the appointment, or tomorrow what the outcome of that is, for those of you that are concerned about my pup. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to it. Oh, one more thing. So was it last weekend? No, the weekend before, I participated in a Disney trivia live stream on my friend Eric's channel over at Break Even Books. And this is something we're going to be doing fairly regularly. I don't know if it's going to be twice a month or a once a month thing, but this Saturday we are doing a Marvel and DC superheroes and villains trivia night, and it's going to be on my channel. And I am actually going to be the host. So once Eric does the thumbnail, I'll probably put it out on Twitter there, and maybe in Instagram, and create a poll to see who everyone wants to see hosting the trivia night, whether they want to see Jean Grey, or whether they want to see Poison Ivy, because I've got both costumes and I think it'd be a lot of fun to host as one of them. But my plan is, we did 2 rounds of 10 questions. First round, each question answer was worth 1 point. Second round, 2 points. And then there was a third round with 5 questions worth 5 points apiece. So I'm planning to do heroes on the first round, villains on the second round, and then the third round I'm going to do alter egos. So I think that'll be a lot of fun, just how we've got it worked out. So Skylar was helping me yesterday create some questions. I think we have 5 or 6 heroes questions, and I think I have maybe 3 or 4 alter ego questions. So we're just going to kind of continue writing down questions, and then we'll go through prior to Saturday and figure out which 10 and which 5 I'm going to ask for the round. So I'm really looking forward to that. I do kind of wish I was participating in this one, because my knowledge isn't very extensive when it comes to superheroes, but I do, like, I've seen all the MCU movies, and I've seen some of the TV shows, like, ooh, I should do Jessica Jones, and Daredevil and things like that. I don't really know a whole lot about DC, so that's where my weakness would be, but I'm just really looking forward to it. It'll be fun to see what we choose for the next trivia, what subject we go with. So that'll be fun. That'll be posted on my channel Saturday, so I will try to remember to link that down in the description box below if you would like to watch and play along as well. So that's it officially for my updates. So I will check in later. Oh my gosh, every time. Alright, so I've been pretty bad about picking up the camera and updating you all this week. We did get Aoife into the vet on Wednesday, that's the day it was. And we saw a different vet this time, which is totally fine. We don't have like a set vet or anything. And this vet suggested that because we've been seeing it just consistently grow, to just go ahead and get surgery scheduled. So we have surgery scheduled for Aoife to get her papilloma off next Thursday. I have to drop her off at 8:10 in the morning, and then I'll pick her up again probably sometime after I'm off work in like the early evening-ish. So I'm hoping that goes really well for her. It should. It should be a quick, easy thing. And then we should be out of the woods with it. Not that we're in the woods or anything, but it'll be nice to have that taken care of. Skylar was doing some research on it, and I'll have to clarify this with the vet, but it looks like she could still be like infectious up to 2 months after having the papilloma removed. So it'll still be at least another 2 months before we're able to have my dog and my brother's dog together. So there's that fun little thing, but at least we know when, I guess, like the finish line is going to be in sight for this. I've been really busy this week. I started a second job working with my mother-in-law. I can't really tell you what the job is because I don't really know what the job is. I'm basically some sort of assistant for her, but she hasn't given me a job title. She said I could pick my job title, which could be anything like the brains of the operation or what have you. So I think once she and I have more calls and I get trained on more of what the heck I'm even doing, I'll actually know what I'm doing. But that's been keeping me busy. So I'm gonna have to kind of structure my days a little different, probably start waking up earlier so I can fit in a full-time job, a part-time job, and full-time school, and still be able to read and spend time with my family. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how long I'm able to keep this up for. Other than that, tonight's Friday. We get the kiddo again. I need to go out to the garage and get my Poison Ivy costume, see if I can still even fit in it, because I had people vote on Twitter who they wanted to see host trivia tomorrow, and it was between Poison Ivy and Jean Grey, and Poison Ivy is the winner. Though if I can't fit into this costume, I'm going to be showing up as Jean Grey, and people are just going to have to deal with it. But I need to finalize the questions. The group's not very confident about their knowledge of DC and Marvel heroes and villains. So I'm gonna maybe have to come up with some easier questions than what I already have, and get that done. But I'm gonna take you out to the garage with me now, just so you can see my costume bucket, I guess. This here is my costume bucket. It's quite full, and I've got a couple costumes. That is the mermaid tail from, well, that I used last week for Disney trivia. These are skirts from my grandma, and this right here is my Poison Ivy costume. I basically I don't remember what I looked up, but I was looking up like a green strapless bodysuit or something, and I found this bunny rabbit one that came with bunny rabbit ears and a tail. And I went to Joann's and got from their fake flower section a couple things of the ivy, and basically ripped the ivy off, or I chopped it off, and hot glued it to this, which part of the reason that I don't think this is going to fit is because I stuffed this with a pillow, thinking like, yeah, that'll stretch the fabric out enough, not really thinking like my body's a different shape from the pillow, and hot glue is not going to make stretchy fabric stretch anymore. So it's pretty much, it is what it is now. I did have to put in like a little bit of a corset back, so that's going to give me a little extra room, but I'm a little worried about the hips and the thigh opening or the leg openings, but we'll see. So that's basically what it is. I also, when I did this costume, I didn't dye my hair. Skylar sprayed it red. I'm not going to do that this time. The only other thing, green nylons, and oh, I don't need that fishnet stocking stuff. And I also bought a lab coat, which I'm not going to pull out. It's at the bottom because Poison Ivy as a her I get Poison Ivy would be her alter ego, so her normal human name, she's Pamela Isley, I think is how you pronounce it. She is a scientist, I think. So, and then this bag here is my Jean Grey costume, and I think this is the headband that goes with it. So I'm going to bring those in. There's the rabbit tail. And here's some extra Ivy bits and bobs. This was part of Ronan's Robin costume. I think that's all I'm going to need for it. Nope, there's my Jean Grey belt in case I need that. Okay, that should be it for real. But yeah, that's my little costume bucket. Here we are with another few days passing before I pick up the camera. Last I checked in was Friday. I was showing you my costumes. So I guess I'll start from maybe not Friday night. Well, sure, Friday night. We watched, we had Maddie Boy this weekend, so we started watching The Wolverine. And I stopped about halfway through. I think Sky and I are gonna finish that movie without Maddie Boy. It just wasn't sitting right with the kiddo, so that one might be just a little bit more on the adult side than he's probably ready for at this time. So Friday night was just relaxing evening with the boys. Saturday morning was the Marvel and DC Heroes and Villains Trivia live stream. We were originally going to do it. It would have been 7 p.m. my time, but in order to, because Miss is a night owl, she's not an early bird, and I actually am an early bird, we switched the time so that she's in India. She's 12 and a half hours ahead of me. The time so that it was 9 a.m. my time and 9:30 her time. So we did that. Miss couldn't join us, unfortunately. She wasn't feeling very well. So we actually subbed in Eric's friend Liz, who was really cool. I think trivia went pretty well. Eric's boyfriend Marcus is quite camera shy. Just the YouTube thing isn't his thing, but Eric has had him in a couple of his videos. He was actually out of view of the camera on Eric's camera and playing along, and he was keeping his own score. So Eric and Marcus actually tied for first place. They both got 40 points each. So I sent over a $20 gift card for Eric and Marcus to split afterwards. But yeah, Saturday was nice. Apologies for that break. Neighbors that I didn't recognize are walking, and Aoife is protecting the chase. So anyway, Maddie Boy went with my dad to my dad's cousin. My dad did quite a number of years as a roofer prior to, I think, me being born. I think he was still roofing when I was born, and then stopped doing that not long after. Anyway, so my dad went out to my Maddie Boy went out to my dad's house with them, and then we borrowed one of my parents' cars. They have a little Suzuki that is a manual, and we took it to a church parking lot so that I could refresh myself on how to drive a stick, because we are going down from having 3 cars to 2 cars. We currently have 4 cars. We have 3 Mazdas and a Subaru. So we're only keeping the newest Mazda, which is the CX-5, and Skylar's Subaru. And because he's driving my car 3 days a week, because I work from home, and he wants to keep the miles a little lower on his car, he wants me to be comfortable with driving a manual just in case I ever have to like leave the house for an emergency or something like that. So we're working through that. I think Maddie had a lot of fun with the whole teaching process, and just making sound effects and things like that. He thought it was good fun, cheering me on like, don't kill it, don't kill it. So that was good. Saturday evening, the kiddo had a pretty bad headache, so we didn't do a whole lot. But I did finish reading Emma, or listening to Emma, Saturday night. I am giving it a 4-star rating. I ended up really enjoying the ending. It was a little predictable in some parts, just knowing who was going to end up with who, but I thought it was a lot of fun. It's probably up there on one of my favorites for Jane Austen's books. So I'm really looking forward now to eventually watching the movie. I was running into a couple parts where I was confusing people's names, so I think watching the movie now would help keep people straight a little bit better. That way, if I ever do a reread, I'll know who everyone is. Other than that, I didn't pick up The Titan's Curse the past 2 days, and I had just under 100 pages left. So I've read 2 or 3 chapters so far today. We actually took the kiddo out to the same dock by where I used to work to go magnet fishing. There were 2 crabs at the end of the dock, and I saved both of them. Threw them back into the water. There's a little bit of a clip of one of the crabs. He was just hanging out on the grates and had his back legs like stuck, so we were waiting for him to feel comfortable and safe again and start moving. And then I swooped in and saved him so he wouldn't get eaten by any birds. But we did that, and while the boys were throwing in the magnet and stuff, I was reading. So I think I've got somewhere around 50 pages left, so I'll finish that tonight, which means I am not going to have any books carry over from this week into next unless I start. That probably won't happen tonight. Maybe. I don't know. I have 1 prompt left to finish my N.E.W.T.s, and I have 1 day left. So I'm not going to pick up The Wicked Deep. My last prompt is to read a hardcover. So I am either going to pick up like a Dr. Seuss book, or I am going to attempt to read the Inventions of Hugo Cabret, maybe, because that one's a really big book, but it's mostly pictures and the text doesn't take up very much space. Or I'm going to read the 4th book in the Wayward Children series, which I think is In an Absent Dream, because that's under 200 pages. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to pick up, but that's basically how the rest of my week went. So I've edited the video up to this point, just needed to close it out so that I can get this uploaded, because it's just about bedtime. So I really hope you enjoyed. There are going to be a couple changes being made to my channel, which I'll explain at the start of next week's vlog. But yeah, I just hope everyone's last full week of August went really well. Love to know if anyone else is really looking forward to fall coming right around the corner. I'm super excited to get back into my sweaters and jeans and things like that. So just lots of good things coming up, but overall, I'd say I had an alright reading week. So I would love to know how the reading week went for you as well. And if you feel so inclined, please do let me know down in the comments below, and I will chat with you there until my next video. Bye!